Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Group of friends who attend the business like BBC Beyond recent.
Yep, been a show because I had work last night. and week two of whatever it is I'm calling this month at work. Month where I get an average of 1 day off per week. Has been busy. Yeah, Black Friday Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all special Saturday night thing. And today I have like whenever to my aunt's house to celebrate my birthday. That was fine. I've been processing all the animal stuff I got both from America and overseas. Sometimes it's cheaper. uh, but yeah, got a decent chunk done. Still a lot to go. Eventually, it'll all be added to the collection. The question is whether or not I'm add a hard drive space for this. As I have about 2.5 terabytes left of an 8 terabyte drive. Anyway, yeah, not much to do for it. I haven't really done any game or anything. It's fine. Oh, and I'm going to work early tomorrow. Yay! Yeah, tomorrow is the annual meeting. Like 100, 200 something people working from 9 a.m. till, let's say, around 2. That's fun. I saved a drink just for that occasion. Uh, but at the end of it, I get the bonus check for the holiday, so there's that at least. So, yeah, just one more week of this, and then I'm free. Or at least, back to the schedule. Actually, slow reschedule both Christmas and New Year's and so yeah, it'll be slow for a bit. Yeah, that was my week. How have you been doing?
So got more stuff on the got some stuff on the watch list for the month out of the way. So good ways to go, but It's good progress nonetheless. Thankfully, I managed to do a thankfully things didn't get in the way of all the concerts. So we had the time we had the time beforehand, and after we crossed the north border to visit a local attraction, or at least one that's in the area, albeit on a different side. Finished my online shopping for the season. Get a few things to take care of throughout the course of the month, but hopefully shouldn't be too much. Hopefully I should be able to get those out of the way eventually. make the finish to print some tips out this time and get a bit further into some of the course elements. Hopefully get some pictures ready for posting. She took about longer than I wanted to, but still managed to get it done. And some of the shopping is starting to come in, so hopefully the rest will follow. Within next week in a couple days. Hopefully at some point there'll be a discussion of sorts that still needs to be done. I need to say it though, at first he's doing fine in terms of, I mean, at first he's doing fine with the new audio, but lately I've been noticing some odd dips to a point where it feels more like Fourscore, Go, Brought, Constant, Liberty. Hopefully you can try and piece together what I'm.
Then.
Hopefully you can try and piece together what I'm.
Actually, try something. How about I not mix and match the device? How about I do mix and match the device? Let me switch over to the other microphone, and I'll just keep listening via this. I'm trying to remember the old settings.
Okay, back to the old microphone. So hopefully this works better again. then again, it could just be like a me problem. Anyway,
Like I said, the first time around things were okay. Like I said, the first time around things were okay, but as the show started going, noticeable cuts.
yeah, I understand. So, uh, yeah, that video discussion thing we do. So, got another animatic. So, anyone remember that season 3 episode of Pinkie Pie with the mirror pool? Yep, basically that, but with Misty, and instead of a mirror pool, popcorn for some reason. Okay. And instead of saying fun, all they can say is yes. So yeah, basically, Misty's like, oh, you do this thing? Sure. Oh, that thing? Sure. And then she looks at your schedule, it's like, oh, crud. If only there were like 4 of me, munches on some popcorn, and suddenly 3 popcorn or homunculi Misty replicas appear, only able to say yes. So she has them do the activities that she said she was going to, and then they start duplicating. And Misty ends up seeing the chaos and is like, wow, am I really like that? Yes. But she learns that sometimes you just have to say no. No? And whenever she says no to a request, more of the duplicates disappear. And like, okay, they're all gone. And Hitch invites her to this thing which has a buffet. It's like, you know, any other day I'd consider it, but today, yeah, I need a rest. uh, Although it would have been a funny callback if one of the duplicate it just once said "fun."
Speaking of which,
But yeah,
well, that was the most notable thing. Well, that was the most notable thing the last time around. There were occasional ones that would delve into a few more words.
yeah,
That's one of the big differences.
that is fair. Yeah, the popcorn clones definitely had a more limited vocabulary. I swear, I keep tilting my head as if to speak into the microphone on on the headset, even though I switched back to the other microphone. I need to break out of that habit again. But yeah, I guess popcorn just can sometimes spawn duplicates somehow.
Actually, the other difference I was going to make is that as opposed to utilizing a pool several times over, uh, first time around, if I got the storyboards right, I think it's I think it's a piece of the Nova. I think it's a piece of the Nova charm that triggers this.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
My other thought was something back at the Bright House, but a lot of this apparently takes place at the board trot, so
Honestly, at this point, I'm probably just gonna chalk it up to Gen 5 magic wonkiness. Because let's face it, we've seen the magic in universe do weirder things.
and as I said, they don't use the full several times over. It just takes one word to trigger more.
Yes. Uh, but yeah, fun episode. I'm having way too much fun with this. But yeah, and apparently we just got. I think there was another thing that released, maybe, or is that okay? Anime or no? Wait, okay. Animatic for Scoutward Bound. I guess that's one we've already gotten already. The releases on these things are just gonna end like, okay. Apparently they reanimated one of the episodes. Okay, so this is the most recent one. Another one got like a full animation. Okay. To be fair, the release for this series has been kind of wonky. Anyway,
Leaks at this point are starting. Leaks at this point are starting to become a bit wonky as well.
that's fair.
But yeah, another talking point for next week.
Mm-hmm. Now, making our way over to Horseland. So, the group was gonna go on a trip, but it started snowing, so they kinda had to cancel plans, so they're all snowed in. Which is bad. Like, yeah, that's no good. So, basically, they start talking about, like, previous adventures, and it's a clip show. It, they straight up lift clips from older episodes. It's like, hey, remember when this thing happened? And they go through some of those, and eventually it's like, oh, hey, the snow stopped. I guess we should leave now? Nah. So yeah, nothing really new to add for this one. It be clip show.
Although the setup this time is a little bit different than, well, I probably haven't seen as much clip shows as I probably should, but it's a setup that I can't help but think of. I can't help but think of the last Airbender cartoon with the setup, or at least the classic scenario of weather's keeping you inside. Weather's keeping you inside. So how about passing the time by telling stories?
Yeah. If this was a like full episode length anime, this would be one of the dedicated recap episodes. Of which I wonder how often they do that these days. I know for at least some Gundam series they did it at least one or two per series. And then did compilation movies. For me, you just gotta tell the story 3 times. But yeah,
Like I said, I
not
haven't.
much to add.
Like I said, I haven't seen enough of these types of episodes, but again, the setup is a familiar one.
Yep. And definitely helps save on budget. Anyway, the other thing we watched is I don't know if it's the only holiday episode of Danny Phantom, but it's the holiday episode of the Christmas episode for Danny Phantom. So, it's the holiday season. Sam is oddly cheery, like the one time of the year that she is so, and Danny is a grump because every Christmas his parents bicker and bicker about Santa. His mom is like, yeah, right, Santa. None of that stuff he supposedly does could actually happen. Whereas Danny's dad is like, of course Santa is real. And they just like make a big thing over it, bicker every year. He is just done with the holiday season. So he goes off to the ghost realm to blow off some steam. And by steam, I mean Christmas gifts. And by off, I mean up. But while blowing up Christmas gifts, he blows up the newly written book by the Ghost Rider. Oh no, Danny will get a full blast of his penance stare. Wait, no, wrong Ghost Rider. That's Rider with the WR as in writing, as in books. So he puts Danny into his Christmas story, only to be released when the lesson is learned. And so, it goes on that then he must speak in rhyme. I don't know about you, but that seems like a crime. And so I had to. Although if I think about it, I may do more. I may do more rhymes in the future. So yeah, now Danny's bitter about this that's affected him. everyone else is like, whatever. And then stuff starts happening. Reindeer turn into ghosts. The mall is smashed. And because Danny was there in ghost form, he gets the blame. And more stuff starts happening. Presents are stolen. Trees are ruined. All of the blame is put on the ghost boy. So eventually he decides to take the fight to the Ghost Rider himself. Only for things to take a turn and end up at a holiday party with with all of his ghostly enemies. Ready to fight, Danny charges up. But it's the holiday season. There's a truce. Now the Ghost Rider's like, wait, they're still doing this whole truce thing? Huh. So yeah, Danny tells the others like, yeah, this Ghost Rider, he's breaking the truce like right now. And they can't have that. So they go to his place and start wreaking havoc. But the Ghost Rider won't have that so he starts rewriting the story. So now they'll attack Danny instead. But Danny gets a clever idea. See, the Ghost Rider is writing down all the stuff that happens in story, narrating it. So Danny picks up an orange and attacks someone with it. And curses, you can't rhyme anything with orange. And so, the other ghosts are free from his control, and Danny smashes the computer thing that he was using to write the story. It's like, surely that will break the spell. But no, that was only the control interface. There was two ways to get him out of the story. One for the Ghost Rider to take him out of it himself with the now broken interface, or for the lesson to be learned. So, Danny, feeling totally defeated, goes back to the human realm and wallows in his misery. But his friends show up. He just trying to cheer him up. He's like, it's been a long day. And he realized, like, yeah, as much as I don't like the holiday, is like I really wish I could fix all this. And yeah, the other ghosts show up. It's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna help you out here. Like, we'll do you a solid. It's still the holidays. We'll kick your ass later, but for now, let's get all these presents and trees and everything fixed up. You know, happy holidays and all that. So the ghosts go around town fixing the broken gifts, bringing back the trees and all the goodies and stuff. And okay, that disc is finished. So I doing a little bit of whipping stuff off Blu-rays at the while I'm also doing this. So it's like, oh yay! So yeah, unfortunately, back at home, the ghost barrier is up, so Danny has to bring the stuff in himself. So he brings the stuff. Everyone's happy until his parents see the ghost reindeer and sleigh and all the ghosts outside. To to which his response is to open fire. Now Danny's mom, like, no, wait, that's a sleigh, that's Santa. And no, those were the ghosts the ghosts that have been causing issues in the ghost year. Like, oh, that's not Santa. Look and load. So yeah, and Danny realizes that everyone has a different way of celebrating the holidays, and he got too caught up in being bitter about the whole thing that he was just kind of raining on everyone's parade, and that's no good. So yeah, it was an alright episode. I almost made a joke at the beginning. It's like, Danny's being all bitter about the holidays. I wonder if he's going to be visited by 3 ghosts. Turns out he wasn't visited by 3 ghosts, but he did visit a good number more.
Honestly, given how the series is, honestly, given how the given the setup for the series, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually had planned that at one point. If they had been allowed
Maybe.
if they had been allowed to continue.
Yeah. Or maybe they thought about it and thought it was just a bit too cliche. He's visited by ghosts every episode. Why would this time be any different?
And speaking of Christian writing, was going to bring up another comic book superhero because you'll be surprised who they got to voice the writer in this case.
Oh.
And this was actually before the other Toy Story the other Toy Story type movie thing, whatever. it, trying to come up with a reference, trying to come up with a good way to describe that was kind of hard.
Ah. Bill Arnett. Okay.
Another thing I was going to bring up. Most writers, of course, have that worse than me, but unless you think creatively like Dr. Seuss, of course.
Yeah.
Because every time I remember that joke coming up, someone was like, "What about Snorange?" And then one of the kids was like, "Thank you, Dr. Seuss." And now down to one of the more interesting aspects in terms of characterizations and the like.
Mm-hmm.
This is an example of unintentional villain.
Yeah.
Or, of course, as the old saying goes, try not to raid on someone else's parade.
Yep.
But yeah, an interesting form that I can't help but notice. You have to choose villains carefully. Make sure they don't just become part of the unintentional category.
Yeah. And also Dan kind of partly butted on himself for just blasting stuff all willy-nilly like that. It's like, dude, work on your accuracy.
I think at this point it's usually that one-off shot. Because it feels like
Yeah.
most of the time he manages to hit the target. Just there are those occasional off the mark.
Yeah, alright episode. All the things we watched were pretty decent. Yeah.
And once again, I really gotta give props to the composer for the series. Managing to tie in the holiday music with kind of stuff you usually hear throughout the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
more I think about it, composers for TV shows barely get as much attention as film ones.
Yeah.
I think from what I hear, games are just a few steps up from, well, more so somewhere between. But yeah, interesting comes for the antagonists. Like I said, the sound works for the time. Sound works for the appropriate timing that they're doing with this episode. And as you showed, the visual, of course, help make it stand out.
Alrighty then.
And again, looking back, I'm beginning to get more appreciative of when they poke fun at writing styles and some of their limitations. Orange. Ah! Get that thing away from me!
Yeah. Truly, the orange is the bane of those who do rhyme-based writing.
For most people, like I said.
Yep. Alrighty then. Got the spreadsheet up, and I'll work on getting the one for next year set up. Might be able to find time for that tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Yeah. Anyway, new stuff. So, apparently Nintendo is reportedly porting another 3DS game to the Switch next year. From what I've heard, it's Kirby Planet Robobot. The Path of Exiles 2 developer has already nerfed the first overpowered skills post-launch. Oh dear. Sony has confirmed that it is interested in Kadokawa, the Japanese conglomerate that owns a large amount of anime and manga IP, as well as Elden Ring developer FromSoft. Oh great, just what we need. Sony can intend out even more anime. I, they practically have a monopoly in America as it is right now. Because I believe they own Crunchyroll, which kind of sucked everything up into itself. I used to buy stuff from Right Stuff, but now that got rolled into it, and now they don't have like the really, really good deals anymore. Which is why I got like 27 of my things from overseas. Well, that particular site was having a buy one get one free sale, so I mean that's kind of hard to say no to. Now it's a matter of finding time to watch all this anime. Bandai Namco has announced Shadow Labyrinth, a sci-fi 2D action platformer billed as a genre-twisting alternative take on Pac-Man. That's right, they did it to Bomberman, now it's Pac-Man's turn. Magical Girl Racing Project Restart anime reveals cast and staff. Okay, gonna take a look at the cast. Probably won't recognize any names, but who knows? Uh, maybe one name okay, I recognize like one name. I really need to get back into watching anime. Like, last time I was really into anime was like, well, before Ponies happened. Yeah, Ponies kind of hijacked the obsession portion of my brain from anime.
And of course, it's only been slight glimmers ever since, from conventions to those Miyazaki films we covered. Those Miyazaki films we covered once.
Yeah. Gundam G Quack's anime posts theatrical trailer and key visual. Kaiju number 8 launches a series of anime shorts. Ooh. Solo Leveling wins the Astra TV Award for Best Anime Series. Warner Bros. Discovery will not renew their deal to release new episodes of Sesame Street, according to THR. Sesame Workshop is now looking for a new studio to release new episodes. I bet I know why. The people in charge don't think it's profitable enough. And with such a long history, probably, who knows how much money they ate. They'll probably be like, I don't know. When it comes to Warner Bros. Discovery, I just blame whoever was in charge. I forget his name.
Funny. Last I heard, that was one of the more successful television forums for non-for-profits.
Yeah. Either that or with the people in charge are not try not to get too political into it, but oh, educational stuff, we can't have that. Uh, anyway, apparently Pokemon is collaborating with Studio Aardman for a special project in 2027. Got the first poster for Harley Quinn Season 5. The new season will premiere on Max on January 16th. Season 7 of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is planned to air in 2026, with Season 6 premiering next year. Sony reportedly insists that Morbius was actually profitable for them. Unlike the likely end results of Craven. Because, oh boy, not a good start for that movie. Then again, from what I've seen of the movie and heard about, oh Jesus. Like, you got Craven. Big time, big game hunter. Except he doesn't hunt animals, he saves them. And already you've lost the plot. Also, apparently Sony was never prevented from having Spider-Man appear in any of the villain spin-off movies. They just chose not to use him. And that's how we get films like Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven.
Also Venom.
Venom was like the one thing that actually was working for them.
And yet the masses are still arguing over whether or not that interpretation was good by any means.
Yeah. Of course, this is also Sony who has made it into putting Morbius back in theaters again. So, like, yeah, their intelligence was never quite there.
Funnily enough, I was going to make a joke about what if The Room was re-released in theaters?
See, hmm. I don't know. So, apparently Chris Evans was initially planned to return as Captain America in a new standalone film alongside Haley Atwell, but the story for that film couldn't be nailed down. However, Haley Atwell has been cast as Peggy Carter in Avengers Doomsday.
It's just so good the following that film has been encompassing to a point where there's been film based on the making of it. One wonders.
Yep. So, the current DCU movie slate release dates are as follows. Superman, July 11th, 2025. Supergirl, June 26th, 2026. Clayface, September 11th, 2026. The Batman 2, October 2nd, 2026. and dynamic duo June 30th, 2028.
So now obviously the question becomes, how will it rank this time in comparison to that CW show as well as the last time she came to theaters?
Yeah. I mean, okay, say what you will about the CW shows, at least they weren't ashamed to be superhero media. Like, they, they knew what they were doing, they were trying to do. Sure, they didn't have a great budget, but they didn't try to like, downplay the just occasional silliness of the whole situation. It's like, you're a superhero series. Accept it. Poke fun at it if you need to. But don't take yourself too seriously.
Clearly one of the reasons why I remember hearing that my sister used to watch.
I mean, hell, they did Crisis on Infinite Earths. You gotta give them props for that. And I haven't even watched any of the CW shows. Okay, I did used to watch Smallville, but that doesn't really count. Anyway, the Malcolm in the Middle revival will be 4 episodes long. The revival follows Malcolm and his daughter as Hal and Lois demand their presence for their 40th wedding anniversary party. And everyone is returning. Well, those three at least.
Venus, Crimson, and Jane.
Yeah.
My only question now is, now that Venus is driving quite a bit, how will Hollywood fit that schedule?
That is fair. But given that it's only a 4 episode thing, shouldn't be too bad.
Granted, I've seen them manage to work around this kind of stuff, especially when they were making the last known theatrical Love Bug film.
Yep.
But
So,
still,
the Game Award.
but still scheduling, can be quite a thing.
Yeah. So, the Game Awards came and went, and here's some stuff from that. So, Astrobot won Game of the Year. Got the first trailer for The Witcher 4, with Ciri being the protagonist. We got an Okami sequel coming! Yay! Sonic Racing Crossworlds has been announced. Jonathan Nolan teases New Vegas in Fallout Season 2 during his Game Awards speech. Quote, I want to thank Fallout New Vegas fans for not burning down my house. You'll be thankful you didn't. Fallout also went on to win Best Adaptation at the Game Awards. Mafia: The Old Country releases in summer 2025. A Game of Thrones game is in the works from Netmarble, releasing in 2025. Onimusha, Way of the Sword has been announced, releasing in 2026. Balatro won Best Debut Indie Game. Turok Origins has been announced. A new Virtual Fighter game is in the works at Sega. They also had a new trailer for Borderlands 4, releasing in 2025. Coming to Tekken 8, Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy XVI. Got a teaser for The Outer Worlds 2, releasing in 2025. Also had the first trailer for Elden Ring, Night Rain, also releasing in 2025. Black Myth Wukong won Best Action Game. Harrison Ford appeared at the Game Awards to congratulate Troy Baker on his performance as Indiana Jones. Quote, "If I knew he was so good, I would have done it myself." Not quite Game Awards, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming to PC January. It's in January. I want to say the 26th. Let me double check. Scroll down, scroll down. Somewhere here. There was a busy week for game news, so it may have gotten buried just slightly. Nope. January 23rd. And you don't have to wait a year this time because it's coming to Steam immediately. And it's up for pre-order right now. So, One Punch Man Season 3 will release in 2025. A Chitty Chitty Bang Bang reboot is in the works. The Prison Break reboot is moving forward at Hulu. The series will be set in the same universe as the original series, but focused on new characters. Godzilla will fight the Marvel Universe in 2025. It'll be a 6-issue comic crossover with issues focused on Fantastic Four, Hulk, Spider-Man, X-Men, and Thor. Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four will see the Fantastic Four fighting King Ghidorah, who has become the new herald for Galactus. Alrighty then, sure. We'll go with that. A new Tom and Jerry animated film is in the works at Warner Brothers. Rashida Jones, Will McCormack, and Michael Govier are writing the script.
Oh gee, I wonder what a certain Chicagolander will say about it.
Yep. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord of the Rings trilogy will be released in a new One Ring box set next week. Includes screen-accurate One Ring replica, a faux leather book packaging with gold foil, and both theatrical and extended versions in 4K Ultra HD. A live-action Tangled remake is in the works at Disney. Michael Gracie is in talks to direct.
My question, of course, will be a question at this point will be if it actually goes forward as opposed to another live action remake that I had interest in, which sadly got cancelled.
Yeah. Jim Carrey says he's interested in returning as the Grinch in a sequel, but using motion capture instead of makeup. Quote, I did that with a ton of makeup and I could hardly breathe. It was an extremely excruciating process.
And if I remember some behind the scenes material, well, I think I can see what he means.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that he managed to conduct certain expressions through all that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, whenever someone asks a question, he always brings it up even without the makeup.
Yep. The judges blocked the Onion's bid to buy InfoWars. The judge said that the Connecticut families deserve more money, adding that you gotta scratch and claw and get everything you can for them. Or possibly due to who put that judge there, or they're more likely to favor or just giving Infowars back to what's his face. Well, not actually him because he's supposed to sell it off, but it would just be a shell company because we can't have nice things. Anyway, Jim Carrey, when asked why he returned for Sonic 3, quote, I came back because, first of all, I get to play a genius, and it's just, I bought a lot of stuff and I need the money, frankly. That is fair.
Honestly, a lot of people are still on that boat of perfect casting.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch confirms he's returning for Avengers Doomsday. Quote, I'm really excited not only to work with the Russo brothers again, but to have Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doctor Doom. I think there's going to be some really cool developments ahead. With also The Lion King, we'll begin with a tribute to the late James Earl Jones. Quote, it felt like we had all lost a patriarch. We had all lost this man who meant so much. It felt like there was no way you could sit in this movie and not honor him in some way, says Barry Jenkins. Sony's Spider-Man villain spin-off universe is dead. Kraven the Hunter will be the final film in the SUMC universe for now. Okay, so apparently the reported cast for Avengers Doomsday so far: Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss Backrack, and some members of the Thunderbolts. We don't know which. Press the wrong button, have to scroll back down. Okay, there we go. The next Evil Dead movie is titled Evil Dead Burn. Final Destination Bloodlines will release on May 16th, 2025 in theaters. Ryan Reynolds says he sees Deadpool as more of a supporting character going forward. Quote, if he comes back, Shannon Tatum, I would happily be a fifth banana in his movie or anyone else's. Got the first trailer for Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle in theaters in 2025. Stan Lee's home is now for sale for $8.8 million, including 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man statues signed by Stan Lee himself. They can be bought they can be bought either individually or in a bundle buy with the house. The first trailer for Invincible Season 3, releasing February 6th on Prime Video. Ooh, Sonic 3 will have multiple post-credits scenes. Hans Zimmer's score for Dune 2 has been officially disqualified from the Oscars. It is also not eligible for other award ceremonies like the BAFTAs.
Chris comes to question of whether the audience will tolerate the extended endings, or get Return of the King flashbacks.
Yeah.
Or in a similar vein, theatrical cut for Justice League.
So yeah, I mentioned Craven not doing too well. It opened to an $11 million weekend, about half of what Madame Web's opening weekend was.
And in comparison to budget,
Yeah, it was like 110 million or something like that.
okay, yeah. Now I can believe that's not a good start.
Yeah. Let me just double check that. Enter. Budget. Between 110 and 130 million. Yeah, on the forum I go to, some people didn't even know the movie was out yet. Other people didn't even know who Craven was.
Again, Marvel seems to do better when it comes to pushing obscurities a little bit higher, for the most part.
Yeah. So, JoJo Day has been announced. Apparently, it'll connect the past and future of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure animation series. So, possibly a announcement for the animated version of Steel Ball Run, maybe. Not sure. Depends on what the budget is for an anime with a lot of horses in it. Will cost. I don't know. But yeah, that event will be held on April 12th, 2025. 2025. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good news for that.
Understandably, between the two of us, at least the Golden Globe never interesting, but a few interesting notes I still want to bring up. 4 nominations for Wicked: Best Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical, Best Actress and Supporting Actress, Best Cinematic Box Office Achievement. Huh. That's a new category. Twelfth nomination for Denzel Washington. Zendaya with her second nomination. Glenn Powell with his first. Vengeance Most Foul has been nominated.
Nice.
Others with the most nominees include Dune 2, Complete Unknown, Real Pain, Wild Robot, Challengers, Substance, Anora, Conclave, Brutalist, and Emilia Perez.
Hmm.
Critics' Choice highlights Wicked and Conclave tied at most nominations. Vengeance Most Foul also nominated in the They Are Animated Films category. Dune 2 was in the Best Picture for this particular name. Washington nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Deadpool and Wolverine nominated for Best Comedy. highlights in the flurry of concept for this week include see Penny Destiny, how Phillies are supposed to look. Over Central Machine Shop Sparks to be turned down, though. Peace will be offered. Free rail seeking bids for new long distance train sets. If the concepts need to go by, there's a good mix of the classic and contemporary. Night Squadron both leads Pacific leaves Nanny Valley. Picking Minigun Loop Line upgrade projects underway for Transportation New South Wales. Friends of these routes have sorted out their work schedule for next year. And it's Canadian driving Broadway tubes out of Broadway Rev 2479. Cruise Central 567 group now registered with EC Funding UK. Ocean Beach Railway Christmas Special on the 22nd. And our condolences go towards the friends and family of. Thoroughbreds, Lemon Drop Kid, Always Streaming. 99 Belmont 6 and 17 Kentucky Derby winners, respectively. Artist Lorena Grady. Red Irish, Great Big Motorcycle Racer, Tommy Robb. Michael Cole, General Hospital, It's 1980. And Arnold Yarrow, EastEnders, Doctor Who. Should be back to our normal target dates in case anything. Should be back on our normal target dates starting next week unless anything comes up.
Yep.
Okay, see what we have at these swimmer resets before we end the year off in a particular tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Until which, stay safe, stay well, get back, good rest to pray, and hopefully we will see you